Right, I'm just going to show you this quick one. It's just for a easy correct score, to be honest. I mean, don't judge me on this one. It's only a simple, easy one, kind of like a beginner one. There's a lot more things you can do, a lot more research you can do. So it is purely just a basic one. That's it. So there is other research you can do. I'm not showing you that in this video. But on that note, if you have a look in my description, I'm going to put a link. I'll try and remember. I'm going to put a link for some software you can use, which is what I use, which is really good, and it helps read these correct scores. It gives you some ideas. You can do research on it. It does everything for you. You don't have to go into all that research and looking on flash scores and different things. Just does it for you. And it also gives you an idea of what the score could be. So you can use that within your correct scores, along with, obviously, multiples or other ones, whatever you want to use. So yeah, I'll just show you this one first. So I'm just looking for a favourite home. I've just been going through them all, and I've decided on this one. I mean, this is not playing. This is not all December, by the way. I'm just giving you an example. I won't do it yet because odds are going to change dramatically, and obviously there's only £376 match.market. So yeah, it's a long time. I'm just giving you an example because obviously it's the best I can find at minute just on today. So right, so we'll just click on that. So first thing we're going to look at is, which we already know, bookies. We're looking at Arsenal's favourite. These could change a lot, obviously, but we're just looking at this for, obviously, this video. So say you come up with one like this, strong favourite, Arsenal, even draws. Yeah. So yeah, so looking at this. So this is what we're going to base as main correct score on. We'll have a look at the under and overs, and the market is kind of expecting over, but to be honest, there's not a lot in it. So they're a bit undecided at the moment on that one. So yeah, we'll class it as Arsenal to win, and probably base it on like the just over 2.5 goals. So let's have a look at the correct scores. So yeah, on this one, I wouldn't bother with the 0-0 because obviously I think there's definitely going to be a goal on this one. What we'll do is we'll put the 1-1 in. For a simple reason is, if West Ham do sneak a goal in, then the markets are going to be expecting that Arsenal's going to come back. So the odds will go good on that one. The next one I'll look at is the 2-0. And again, we'll do the 2-1 because obviously if at the beginning West Ham sneak a goal in, then obviously this would be dead and we need this one. So it goes baselines. This is all going to put in on this one. It's just going to be a quick one. Quick, short one, beginner one. Nothing complicated, not putting any more in. I'm not even going to Dutch this one because if you wanted to Dutch it, you click on stake, you click how much you want to put in, £10, your liability, click that and it'll work them out for you. It'll give you a round off amount. So you've got like a £10 liability and then 17 if any of these outcomes come in. Don't forget we're trading this out, by the way. I'm not going to do that on this one. I might do another video on that one. But for the sake of this, we think the main score is going to be 2-0. We're not sticking on that one. We're trading out. It could be 3-2, could be 4-2, could be 4-0. Who knows with this game? Not bothered about that. We want just to trade out. So we're going on 2-0 as being the main one, what's going to kind of come up first, if that makes sense. So we're going to do the 10 on that one. The 1-1, we're just going to put 5 in. And the 2-1, we're just going to put 5 in, not 54, 5. It gives back the £10 liability. But what it does is it gives us just 512 on the 1-1, which I'm not expecting it really to stay at that. But it gives us £26 on the 2-0 and 6 on the 2-1. But what'll happen is we're covered for a bit because if West Ham sneak a goal in, they're going to expect it to go to 1-1, and we've still got 1-1 in place. This would be dead, but we've still got the 2-1. If Arsenal score first, then obviously we've got this still in place and also this still running, so we're in a good position. If Arsenal get another goal in, then this is his last one. We're not bothering with this one. that one's dead. So if it got to this, we'd cash out for a profit because we would or we should be in profit then by what the odds would move. So we just probably more than likely use the cash out button, or if you know how to do it by laying it off, then do it that way, whichever think's best. When you're just getting started, I think it's easier just to do the cash out on that. The reason I do the cash out on that and not wait for this is because at this score, it may be unlikely this one's going to come through. Arsenal could do another goal, make it 3-0, and then all these are dead, and you've lost your trade basically. So it's always safe if this comes in, wait for the market to settle a little bit, not too long, just in case, because I have no goals to go straight in again after. Just wait for it to settle a little bit and cash out. So just sit and wait for a bit, see what happens on the scoring. If it goes to 2-0, cash out for a profit. If it goes to 0-1, just wait because we've still got this one on. If it goes to 0-2, you're dead. But that is an unlikely, well, I'm saying it's unlikely it's happened, but if you pick a good favourite and you're confident, this is a nice start and you're going to make a bit of green on this one. That is just a simple one. Don't quote me on this one. I'm trying to do it so if you're thinking of getting into it, obviously these correct scores, it's a nice way of starting. Like I say, you can go on flash scores. Best thing to do is go on flash scores, see the head-to-head, have a look what the scores were the last time Arsenal and West Ham played. Obviously, it's not worth going back too far because things change, players change, situations. So it's no good going back to all the way to 2017 because it just really won't make any difference. It only needs to be like a few seasons, you know what I mean? You can't go back too far. See what the average scores were, and then have a look what Arsenal did at home, what the scores were. Have a look at what West Ham did at home, what scores were, and kind of get in your head what you think. You know what I mean? Is it going to be over 2.5 goals half, or is it going to be over 3.5? That gives you an idea of your score lines, and try to work out what you think. But I think sometimes in these kind of games, this is a safe option when you're just starting out. So I hope that makes sense. But yeah, this is the way I do it. You've got a strong favourite. You think they're going to win 2, you know what I mean? You think they might have 3-0, 4-0, 4-1, whatever. But if you think they're definitely going to get to at least 2-0 in some part of the game, obviously the later the better because the odds move better for you. But yeah, if you think they're going to get to 2-0 or 2-1 in some part of the game, that's good because then you can cash out. Like I said, don't worry what goes to the rest of the game. Don't matter. You're cashing out, you're getting out, you're trading it. You're not having a bet unless you want to. It's entirely up to you. So yeah, strong favourite. Stick the 1-1 in just in case. Obviously, on your research, if West Ham's pulled a goal in before, you think they could possibly do that. It just covers you a little bit. Or if you're confident, you can just do these two. Because if you do these two, let's take that one out. We'll put the same in again. Let's do a 10, see what comes up at first. Yeah, so if you're confident it'll do it, you can put 10 in on that one and probably 5 on that one. And then when you look at this, got 8 to 3 that gear. I mean, if they come in with the 2-0, you'd be absolutely laughing. You probably would even with the 1-0. You could probably get a good price out on that one. You could probably cash out on this one. I don't know. Let's have a look, see what we're looking at. So see what we can get at. 163. So you can take it down and risk it staying at that, or risk it going to this. But obviously, if it goes 3-1, you're going to be down again. Could take 15 out on that if it went down to that, and it's a gear £24, no on others. So you see, that'd be a good one. You could do those two, and if they did score first, Arsenal, and if the odds did come down to 5, you never know. Depends what the market's thinking. Then you could actually tweak your liability, to take out your layer, to take out, and you'd actually be left with no risk on all others, free bet on 2-0, 2-1. So it's up to you. I mean, bear in mind, if they get another goal in, you're out again. So it's up to you. I mean, let's see if you can do a bit more and let's be cheeky. you can do. So you can take it really down to just £4.90 on them all and £30 on that one. Just play around with them. 18. So if you did 18 on that to gear £12 on 2-0, 27 on 2-1, and 2.94 on all others. So you're still going to come out with something on that one. So yeah, it's just a case of playing around with them. What you're happy with. So a bad one. Be nice if it went to 2-1, and then you covered on all others like that. So just depends what the cash out is at the time, whether you want to play around with your liabilities. You get the rough idea. So like I say, if you know what I mean, if it went to 1-0 and say the odds did come down to that, then you can get some out. So, but when it's 1-0, you can actually wait a bit because you've still got these covered, the 2-1 and the 2-0. So yeah, just play around with it, see what the odds move to, and either do the 1-1 or just these two, and see what you happen. And just have a play around. Don't put too much on at the beginning. If you do think the game's not going your way, then just come out for a small loss. So yeah, I hope that helped in some way. So I'll leave it at that for now, and I'll do another one.